What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to go over a rumor from Special Nick regarding Forspoken. And before I go into it, I want to kind of start it the same way he started, because his kind of preface to this was this is one of those rumors that can just totally be out there. It doesn't have to be true. So this is like the huge take it with a grain of salt thing, right? So, you know, I guess we can preface it by saying it, but basically the rumor is that Sony, or in general, I guess Square Enix, Forspoken might be delayed to replace it with Final Fantasy 16. But I believe the kind of, not the quote, but the idea is like it would only be delayed if Final Fantasy 16 would take its place in October, right? So that's kind of the general rumor. So it's interesting. I actually wouldn't doubt it at all. We've seen examples of this, not a ton, but there has been examples of this over the last several years, and I would see this as kind of like checking the boxes of why you would do something like this. Now, I'm actually on Team Forspoken. I know Forspoken is very much split into two camps. One camp that thinks it's complete garbage, and one camp that likes it or is giving it a chance or whatever. I'm honestly in that. Well, I guess I should say this. I'm one on this channel, on the main channel. I take disagreements. I could care less if we disagree. That's totally fine. So if you do hate Forspoken, fine. I have nothing, absolutely nothing against you. I just kind of want to make that known. But I'm rooting for it. That's basically all I'm saying. I like the creative team that started Forspoken. Amy Hennig was actually part of the original creative team that started. There were some really good writers on the group before it was passed over. So I'm gonna give it a chance. And the gameplay looks fun. It does look pretty choppy. It doesn't look amazing, and so hopefully they can clean it up. And I will say this. Delaying it for like a replacement game isn't, that's not the greatest. Like, you can understand it from a business perspective, right? If you're like, well, can we just take this game that not everybody cares about, and can we literally swap it with a game that we know is going to do a whole lot better? Like, that clearly makes sense, right? There's nobody on planet Earth that would dispute that, but it doesn't sound good for that game that's getting moved. Does that make sense, right? Like, you can understand why you would do it. You look at Forspoken, you say, all right, this may sell a couple million. It's going to have its fans. There are people that don't like it. Hey, but we have the opportunity to put Final Fantasy 16 here, and we can just, like, kick Forspoken in the face, and she'll land on the ground somewhere, and that's, like, her new release date. That's Forspoken's new release date. So can we do that? And the answer would be yes, right? And so it doesn't look good for the game that gets kicked, because that's a game that seems, or that looks just on the surface level, and that's without, by the way, the fact that this game was already supposed to be out. I think it was supposed to come out like this week, right, or this past week in May, and then it got delayed till October. So this was a game that was supposed to be out. It's a game that is mixed in terms of reception, and then you're gonna kick it and move it so you could put a more popular game in its spot, right? So that's kind of that situation. Again, I would not doubt it at all. So there's not too much more to say about it. Like, if we got Final Fantasy 16 in October, awesome. I would play it. Both of these games, though, here's the thing. I'm excited for both these games. I think I am, factually more excited for Final Fantasy 16 over Forspoken. That's just me. But I'm definitely, both of them are day one buys for me. I'm going to get both of them day one. I would play both of them day one. And that's kind of that. So whenever we get either of them, I'll be playing them. But that's an interesting rumor. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Bell icon turned on so you know when all these videos go up. And I hope to see you all on tomorrow's video.